Welcome back. I'm Tedward, and it's the best day of the year because we've got a 997.1 GT3 to play with here in some beautiful California canyons. So, rundown, 3.6 liter naturally aspirated Metzger flat 6. We have a Sharkworks bypass that sounds incredible. OZ Racing wheels, steel brakes, but for the most part, this car is stock. So let's jump in. We've got the Topher with us in these beautiful Recaros, and we are gonna make a little bit of noise, but we're also gonna be nice and cautious because of these folks out here. We wanna make sure that everyone's safe and enjoying the canyons together. So let's... Alive, yes. Yes, we don't want them that close together.
Two objects cannot occupy the same space.
No, that is an unfortunate rule of the world. But left entrance on our ignition. Sounds pretty good already, but then, oh, that's the stuff.
I love the front splitters on these cars. They're just kind of cheap plastic, sacrificial. They're for aerodynamics, and if you need to replace it, a couple $100.
All right, off we go. First thing you notice is a nice heavy GT clutch. And a rifle bolt action shifter. We gotta be cautious around some of these blind corners because we do not really need to have any incidents out here. Let's see. Looking good. You know I love 911s. 997 is my favorite thing in the world. Great brakes, good torque. The beauty of a GT3 is that you've got weight transfer up the wazoo. That rear engine puts power down like nothing else. All that weight over the rear wheels, but that means that you've got to use braking to chuck it into these types of corners. Now, compared to a modern GT3, this definitely does not have the crazy torque that the modern cars have. But I find it to be like a little bit charming to drive this now in this circumstance because it starts to feel a lot more approachable than I remember. These always seemed like complete widowmakers to me. And yet here we are tackling roads on a stock suspension and they feel so good. How are my levels looking?
Looking great.
But it's all about that top end of this engine. You know, low end torque is not going to do you any good. We're kind of just cruising in second gear right now. If we were rally drivers trying to make up time, we'd be going into first in some of these corners. But the point is, this is like the most engaging modern sports car in existence. I love these. I passed them up, unfortunately, a while back when they were like $90,000. It was a little too much for my blood, but I really should have bought one.
Whenever we can afford them, they go higher.
It's such a bummer, man.
It's just how to reach.
This is peak car. I don't remember if there were other cyclists. There's the Miata. There's some water down here, I believe. Oh, these brakes are incredible. The best thing is the feedback through the steering wheel. I mean, I can feel pebbles through my fingertips. It's incredible. And the throttle response is just insane, and it's mapped out perfectly. It means you can get on that throttle and always know that you're right on the edge. That's why these cars are so fast, I think, because not only are they capable, but they're confidence inspiring. I mean, the things you can do, absolutely insanity. Oh, I'm like a little speechless. I'm just gonna shut up and drive. Still make corrections when a Corolla decides to cross double yellows at 9 miles an hour. Rocks. Gotta thank Jimmy, the owner of this car, for tossing the keys to a guy he's never met in his life. And Fenton from the Zygrene YouTube channel for making this happen. There he is. Oh, that's not him, but
That's Kevin.
That's Kevin. And also Alex from Sharkworks, I think, deserves a bit of a shout out because this thing sounds bananas.
Bypass is incredible.
You know, I thought the Miata was like really peak for this kind of road. A little Miata on a tight canyon road is pretty much as good as it gets sometimes. But even though this GT3 is physically larger and a bit heavier, it somehow still turns in. And the beauty of a GT3 is the way you can like ride out the understeer. It's like understeer is part of it. In some cars you feel understeer and you think like, oh no, we're done. We've exceeded the limits. It's like understeer in a 911, when you feel that hint of understeer, it just tells you that you have just achieved as much throttle as you can possibly hit. And then you ride it out to the end. Oh, I am just in absolute heaven. And you know what's crazy too is like I really haven't shifted gears. I've just enjoyed the complete feel of this car. And the steering ratio is incredible, especially for, you know, back in the early 2000s. Keep in mind too, this is the first car that Andy Pruniger, the head of the GT department, really got his hands on. Because when they had 996, he was in the company, but he was like, we can make improvements, we can make this better. And this is his first child. We are driving the first baby of the king of GT Porsches. In love. Oh, that's Jay Ryan. No way. Oh my God, that's Jay and Nicole. I'll have to call him. There's third. See, this is like a rifle bolt action shifter. You do need to adapt to it just a little bit. It's a bit of a manhandler. Oh, so happy.
And man, grab this car by the scruff of its neck.
The GT3 is like duality of nature. It can operate in the tight, twisty stuffs, be a rally car on loose gravel, but it can also be like a full-blown Autobahn burner at speed. And I think we need to hear the song of my people. Oh my goodness, what a thing. Oops, grab that. So that's gonna do it. Under braking, we have lost our audio. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive. And I'll see ya in the next one. Oh, I'm so happy.
That was awesome.
What a car. Unbelievable. I'm gonna let this settle in here for a second. There we go. Oh my God, I need this. I need this car.
Yeah.
Oh, I need this car.